In a recent interview, legend and icon Cher shared that her ex-husband, Sonny Bono, didn't find her attractive when they first met. So do other things outweigh physical attraction? Can relationships be a success without it? I know men, they say stereotypically, more typically, depending on how you look at it, are more visual as opposed to women. So I'll start with you, Kelsey. What do you think?
I have to say, and I know this might be kind of nerdy, it's the brain. Like if I can have somebody who can banter.
That's most attractive to you.
Yeah. And then I think, have you ever had this where you're like, I'm not so sure. And then they start talking and they're funny or they're just so intelligent, they morph before your eyes. Where suddenly you're like, I don't know, and then you're like, look at those eyelashes.
You notice things you didn't before. I've been in a relationship with someone who I didn't find attractive initially, and it was just getting to know each other, and I was enough to go on a date or something.
Right.
But once I actually started hanging out with him and we dated, I was like, oh no, he's so attractive. So I started seeing all those things. So I do think it's possible.
But I guess I just can't wrap my head around, and help me out here, Felicia. What about, I hear what you guys are saying here, but what about when it comes to physical intimacy? Is that still something that's there?
Well, it can't be someone you're grossed out by. You can't think they're unattractive.
Okay.
But if you're either way, I haven't thought much about it. They might
I
change.
just talked to one of my girlfriends. She said she's not dating one of her friends because he has bad teeth. And it sounds minor, but these bad teeth is something she cannot get over.
Yeah.
She cannot get over. But I think that, so Jordan, you're saying you've never dated anyone medium.
Look, my honest thing is,
Medium.
let me go upstream here by saying, on the other side of it, it could be the world's most attractive woman. If she lacks any intellect,
That's
she
true.
becomes ugly. So I definitely am attracted to somebody who has a brain and who is smart, who's engaging, who's personable. I'm attracted to a mind, but I have to be attracted somewhere physically too. There has to be a balance for me, and I think that might be the man in me. But again, I wouldn't just pick a woman because she's pretty. So there is kind of that balancing act there.
Yeah. Like you said, someone making you laugh, I think for women, any woman loves that.
Yeah.
Someone that has all those good qualities, Jordan. A good provider, a good guy, treats you with respect, comes home at night on time.
He's just checking
Did you
off.
check that box too?
All right, we're not talking about me here. Let's keep it moving with the show.
Call out.
All right, LeBron James, how about we talk about this guy because he is a true stud. He's producing a biopic about his younger self. Would you guys watch this? Now, it's not about LeBron and his life in the pros. It's not even about him, as a father right now, anything about his family life. It's about him during his high school years and growing up even before that and the childhood friends he developed and becoming the star that he is
Is this
today.
a Lifetime movie?
It's a Hallmark movie.
Hallmark movie. I would watch it. I mean, I guess I wouldn't be in a rush to watch it. It would kind of depend on what everyone else is saying about it, if my circle is talking about it.
I would definitely watch
interesting to
it.
me.
I'm not that into sports in general, but I would totally watch this because I love a rise to fame. I love seeing someone grow in something. So, it's like A Star is Born. Maybe it's a basketball Star is Born. Title idea.
That's the thing.
Trademark.
I think it's
You can pick
lacking
me.
some of that. I think this is really just focused on him and his childhood friends and the idea of bonding as friends. So I think the allure of LeBron's name is going to make this interesting, but I don't think it's going to cover all that. So I'm kind of interested to see what the story
It might be
is.
I love a good origin story, and I also love stories about friendship. You know what I mean? I would watch it, but I watch anything.
Yeah.
When you just said that, I thought about that Michelle and Barack Obama movie that came out a few years
Never
ago.
really made a
So
mark
I
in the
was
box office.
annoyed by that because it went up until they fell in love. They didn't have kids or anything in the movie. They just went up until when they first started meeting and dating. And I was like, I want the rest of the life. I want to know what you do in the White House. Where do you put your socks? I want to know all those details. So with this one, if he's going to just take us all the way up until he gets drafted, I'm just like,
yeah, and that's, I think,
interesting
I didn't
is
see
that?
that movie. I know the one you're talking about. I think it was
Southside with You.
yes, that's the name of it.
Yes, and
Nice
if that's
job.
how you're left feeling with that film, I do think that's going to be the same thing with this one.
I think so.
If LeBron's going to come out with this, I wish he would have waited till he's retired and then tell the entire story.
Yes.
Because
Well, maybe he'll
it's
do it in
truly interesting.
part 2,
trilogy.
part 3.
What it's like to make millions, what friends he had to leave behind.
Temptation. We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, if
I'd
he
love
was
to hear
dating,
that.
did he stay with his high school sweetheart the whole time, or
Yeah,
did
was
they
there
have
some
some
turbulence?
breaks? Yeah, I want to know. Those deets.
LeBron has a juicy story, and also, the Laura Ingraham stuff where she said, just shut up and dribble became a really big thing too. So
When
the
he had
political landscape of him doing what Michael Jordan never did, became an activist.
So what
became a
you're
voice.
saying is Netflix series.
Yes! 6 parts. 6.
Keep in mind, Chicagoans, LeBron James will be starring in Space Jam as the new Michael Jordan in those.
Huge.
So,
Can't wait.
there you
I'm
go.
pumped.